Hey everyone, this is your girl Kim Moose. I'm just letting you know that I'm starting a little bit, just getting situated, and I'm working on a female super villain here. So I'm in Photoshop, the older version of Photoshop, and I'm basically getting her situated. I'm doing this just to get my feet wet. So just guys, just bear with me. I'm zooming in, and now I'm about to just start to get the painting going. What I'm doing right now is I'm getting her skin worked out because you don't want a character who has, especially a dark skinned character, having really boring dead skin type. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you get the character's skin tone down really well. I mean, we're different mixtures of colors here, like reds, oranges, and even light copper browns. But she's a nice little chocolate side, so it's not gonna take her that much for me to make her pop. I would like to thank anybody and everybody who's stopping by my Facebook Live right now. So give me a moment. I'm just doing this so I can get started. I'm just working everything out because I will be doing this on a nearly daily process. So people can get get used to seeing my work on here on YouTube. My book, so this is something that's really in my realm to do anyway. So, Code Ref, how you doing today, man? Thanks for stopping by. I know I've been promising stuff for the longest, but I have like a 2 year old, so it gets a little bit crazy sometimes, and I had to fall back a little bit, make sure my little girl's taken care of. This shouldn't take me this long. It usually takes me like a couple of days, which is not that bad, because I do want my characters to stand out really well. So, and if somebody decides that they want to, sell this poster of this character, they can go ahead and do it, and they can actually be proud of the project. You know what I mean? Because I do work with small and independent publishers. And I think from here on out, I think most of my stuff would have music in the background because that does help. Some of us like to groove along with it. If you hear a little Peter Patter feet in the background, that's my daughter. I do these images for her because we do need our own black images out there. Instead of just hoping somebody takes pity on us and just does something for us, we can just do it ourselves. It's much easier. I mean, and it's a lot more fun if you ask me. So you get to be more creative instead of begging the next person to do it. Yes, I'll be posting some of the links. The ones are. I am on DeviantArt. It's Ebony Chan. It's spelled EBONY dash Chan CHAN. So this is my first YouTube live, so please be patient. You can also there's a couple of things that I do hear all the time that I can't show on Facebook because you know how they go, the little racist fanboy. They can't stand somebody making more than just a few handfuls of black characters that don't depend on them. So you gotta have to just do it yourself. Again, this is not really my one of my serious Facebook lives. This is just so I can get associated with the software, so I can start doing more of these. This channel will be dedicated to me doing my artwork and showing black characters that have dark skin in a more positive light. So some people are down for it, some people are not, which is okay. You don't need everybody to ride with you, just a few who are serious about it. Excuse me. And as you can see, I can. No, don't be afraid to play around with the skin tones because we do come in all shades, but it's good to know what the shade you work with. Plus, you want the character to look really good, you know? Good. You know, if you draw something tonight, let me know. You know, if you post it on Facebook, just tag me so I can like and comment because we do have to support each other. So that's the way you want to go about it instead of, wishing upon a prayer that somebody else has done it for you. You can just get up and do it. We can get creative. Our heroes are actually real. So we don't really have to make up anything because most of my characters in my Enigma comic book are actually based off real people. So this is something we can, have a lot of fun with and dive into lore more because this is what other groups do. And the great thing about Photoshop is you can just go back a little bit. It's still a tool. People just assume that it's easier to do Photoshop, which is a lie. Because if you don't know your basics, you won't be able to use stuff like this anyway. And this is how she's looking so far. She's rocking her afro. And how you want to do her fro is you always want to make sure that the character's hair looks nice and luscious and not like all dry and dead. Yeah, people just I don't know why people is just assume that it's easier to do Photoshop or any other digital program when it's not. You still have to have the skills. The skill set still has to be there, and you still have to know what you're doing, or else you just you're trying to get the tools to do it for you when you're supposed to already know how to work with your tools. So you can see her face. You want her to have nice, beautiful, rich chocolate skin. Now people ask me, well, how do I do my character's eyes to make them pop? So what I do in here is I go to my layers and I go under eyes and I turn off eye light and I make another thing here, another layer. I gotta be organized. I don't want to run around trying to guess which is where or where it's at or Yeah, I watch Fly by Nubian Queen. She's awesome. I watch Black Up in You. I watch a Superboy, aka Your World. I also watch Jason Black and Professor Black Truth, which has inspired me a lot. One of his videos that he did about Hollywood not caring about black people and to just go out there and make our own, it really inspired me to buckle down on my artwork, along with the support of my husband and friends, and just say, hey, we're going to just do it ourselves. I also watch Terrain Rain. Sometimes I will watch the advisory show. That's only if I have enough time. because you only get enough time if you have a toddler, and if you have a toddler, that you got to be like on them 24/7. But right now she's doing her own thing. Now, if you really don't want this to spill out, here's what I would do. I click on the original layer. I get the magic wand, which is here. Click, and here's what you can do for the eyes. See how it selects the eye? Go back to layer, hit the layer you want to color in, and now you have more than enough space to do what you want to do, more freedom, and now you don't have to worry about, oh, well, this is going to spill out, or this is going to get messed up. That's my little secret. It's my little secret right there. That's a lot of the other YouTubers who are artists. I sit back and I watch all of their stuff too. And let's say, don't be ashamed to always keep learning and keep growing and want to learn and keep growing, because that's the only way you're going to get better. And I see my style growing a little bit more, because it's always, like I said, it's always great to learn. You never stop learning, because then you can miss out on so much more stuff. So, Code, when are you working on your own comic book right now, or what's going on? Are you gonna push forward and work on your own projects, or is this more of a hobby for you? A graphic novel? Well, feel free to lay down the links to your gallery in here. I'm not one of those people who always only focus on me. And I'll let know, if I'm in the door, everybody's in the door. We in here. And once we in here, everybody can get a turn, and getting support for their projects. You also do film? Nice. Do you do animation, or you haven't decided yet? Just don't be afraid to play with lighting, because that's the worst thing you do, is have your character's eyes look dead. You want them to look alive and fresh, and I never really paint the eye, even the light part of the eye. I never paint it completely white. It's always an off brown, a really light beige, or a light gray. And I go around it. Now, if I want to get darker, to make sure that the eyes look in there, this is what we do. Because you want the eyes to look really good. Now for the eye dots, that's really simple. What I do here is I make another layer for that part, because you also want them. A living person has light in their eyes. So what you want to do is always make sure that you're not afraid to play with lighting and shading as far as your artwork goes. This is the dark part, and if you want to play around with it, you don't have to go too far. That's what the layers is for. See? Now you can start to see the difference. Now, if you really want to get in here and have dig in, play with the I think the pupil part of the eye. You just see the difference, and now you can just line it up even more and make the brush smaller. See? And now when you do turn everything back on, you see the difference in the eyes. At least that's how I see it anyway. You want your characters to be life. put as much life into your characters as you can, because that's going to attract people. That's going to attract people to your characters. You don't want it to be dull and boring either. So this is what I did. You can see now the eyes looks a little bit different. You know, looks a little bit more glassy. Oh, and don't be ashamed to play around with different shades too. As far as lighting, eyes, if you want to just have fun with it and have at it, then I would say just do it, Especially if you do like black sci-fi characters. You get some people who limit themselves on skin tone. But if you think about it, if you take a good photo and good lighting and run the color picker over the skin, you'll know that they will have some beiges and browns and reds and even purples, gold in our skin tone. That'll help everything else. So now you have the face right here. You can tell that the character's not doing their own thing. I like to have different layers because for my skin tone, because I like to get really creative with it. I want to get in there and get to the meat of the character, I have this tiny, if you can see it, this tiny brush that I'm about to go in. Make this a little bit better. So you can get up under the neck part, You see it? Not yet. I will. I'm just trying to get acquainted with the equipment and everything. So now that you see it, I'm just doing this so people can used to see me on YouTube. But can feel free to become a Patreon. I will use my Patreon account to this, as well as other stuff. But I gotta go. Thank you and have a good day. Peace.